Yeah, I think this also somewhat relates to, inverse probability weighting. Can you explain to our audience, what
Yeah.
is it exactly? What is IPW?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, I didn't learn that in school. I learned that after at my previous job, and I think it's a fantastic tool. So, inverse probability weighting. Most people are familiar with matching, or propensity score matching in particular, when one-to-one propensity score matching. So you have a pool of participants, and you're trying to match an individual to that group, somebody from that group, and you do that over and over and over until you have ideally everybody matched, or an acceptable proportion. Inverse probability weighting is a little bit different because what you do is each person gets a weight. So people are either upweighted, so they have a weight greater than one, or downweighted based on how similar they are. So if someone was perfectly similar to the other group, they would have a weight of one because they're, if you're using stabilized weights. Um, yeah, if you're using stabilized weights, I think it'd be one. But it's helpful because when you reweight those patients, there's this concept of a pseudo population. So when you multiply um, each person by their weight, their propensity scores would overlap, so they'd be the same. And the reason that it's so beneficial is because with matching, you often lose patients. So if you're doing a study with 200 people that are treated, you might need a group of 1,000 or 500 for the controls because you're going to lose people. And once you match, you're dropping people only because they didn't match, which introduces like a selection bias and also kind of changes where you're making your inference about. Because those patients that you include in your study that seemed reasonable to include are being dropped just because they don't match. So IPW is great for that. And there's IPW can also estimate every different estimand, so like ATE, ATT, ATU, ATO. But you're basically applying a weight to the person based on how similar they are.